Well, let's have a look then at how the sides line up for this afternoon's game. Starting with Huddersfield Giants, and it's Adam Swift returning on the wing after missing last week with injury. Sam Halsall makes way for him from the squad. Jack Murchie is also back after a few weeks out, so Harry Rushton drops to the bench in what is otherwise an unchanged side. For Warrington, Wolves coach Sam Burgess has named an unchanged side as they try to reach Wembley for the first time since 2019. Josh Drinkwater remains in the house with George Williams. Josh Thewlis on the wing is in good form. He's got 11 tries so far this season. Your referee this afternoon is Liam Moore. Video referee, should he be needed, is Ben Thaler. So we are ready to get underway in what's been a bumper weekend of rugby league across the BBC, with the semi-finals in the men's and the women's. And it's Jake Connor that gets things underway for Huddersfield Giants with a long kick downfield on the start. Warrington scoop it up. And alongside me this afternoon, John Keir.
Yeah, it's a great day and a great occasion, and it's a great opportunity that one of these two teams will earn to play at Wembley. So absolutely fantastic occasion, and from that kick-off and the early part of that defence there from the Giants, they mean business.
A hot afternoon. It'll be interesting to see how these sides deal with the conditions as well. And it's Warrington trying to bring play outside of their own 30. Huddersfield having to ferociously tackle early in the set. Last of the set though, the arm raised by the referee. And the kick comes downfield from Dufty. Taken by Jake Connor, and Huddersfield will launch the attack.
Yeah, as the script for the semi-final goes there. That's excellent for Warrington, completing that set, getting a good kick away. And it was also good work defensively from the Giants, but a little bit of an error there that has allowed the Wolves to take the wingman over the sideline. And look at the celebrations there, which will provide the first opportunity of the game.
Warrington certainly in form this season, as we just see Adam Swift hustled out into touch.
Yeah, needed to come in field there because it's a bit of a risk to go down the sideline, and once Thewlis held him up, his mates got across there, took him over the sideline. It's a great opportunity now for Warrington, starting this set in the Huddersfield half.
Harrison plays the ball to get things started for the Wolves. Big collision from Vaughan. And Walker goes to acting half. Along the line, Williams keeps it moving. And Warrington just edge inside that Huddersfield 30. Looking to pick up the pace with Harrison. Drinkwater brought to ground.
Stand free, wait now, go free.
And Warrington go to Williams. Offloads back to Walker, keeps it moving to Vaughan. Looked like he was going to try and straighten up there, but the Huddersfield defence around him.
Release it now, 4. Play ball, Paul. 4.
10 metres out, they go to the right-hand side before the tackle comes in, and this is the last. What can Warrington muster? Will it be early points?
4-5, kick coming.
Walker goes back to Drinkwater, finds Williams. Looked like he was going to be caught there by the Huddersfield defence, but it's away to Drinkwater. Cheeky kick through. Scooped up nicely, though, by Tuilola Heya, and the Giants have the ball.
Yeah, they'll be very, very happy with that. Defending their own line for a number of plays there and diffusing the kick through. It was an excellent piece of work from Lola here, who just dropped out of the defensive line just to sweep up and allow Huddersfield to get possession.
So the Giants absorbing a little bit of pressure very early in this game as Swift takes it again. And this game, as you might expect, starting at quite a pace despite the heat. Nobody's leaving anything back for later on just yet. Kick downfield from Connor.
A good kick as well. And the reference to the heat is accurate, Sharon. It's a very, very warm day, and I'm certain that it will play some part in the outcome of this game.
Well, Matty Ashton caught by Kevin Nagama. And now it's Toby King. Good work from Ashton, just clearing things out of the back of the pitch. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, the three-quarters doing a good job there for Warrington. And there's the big fella in his first head coaching appointment, who really is an inspirational leader. He was inspirational on the field of play, and he's proving to be so off the field of play as well.
Certainly been good for the Wolves since his appointment this season. And this is the last of the set. Here's Drinkwater, shows it, goes behind Williams. King has to rescue it somehow on the last. Connor watches the kick, and that goes harmlessly dead.
Yeah, that was good last tackle defence from Huddersfield there, putting pressure on the kickers. I'm sure Ian Watson will be pleased with the start.
0. Move.
So it's Huddersfield with a 7-tackle set. Easton Masters caught well by the defence.
Yeah, very important for the Giants is Masters getting them going forward in backfield as well as offensively, further up in good ball.
There'll be a few players today in that Huddersfield Giants side that people will be looking to really step up, because Warrington are the informed side in Super League.
Yes, very much so, and it's important, I think, as the guys in the build-up pointed out, the spine of this Huddersfield team got to function very, very well indeed for them to have any chance.
And there's one of those players that was picked out, Tui Lolahea, bringing play to 30 out from the Warrington line. The drive from Ollie Wilson. And again, it's Lolahea, just takes the ball with the chip over the top. Dufty rises and takes it cleanly, and Dufty gets half a gap away. Swift has him though right around the waist and completes the tackle.
There's a handful, isn't he, Matt Dufty? And there's one of the ways he can be a handful in his kick returns.
Good work from Huddersfield in defence. They'll be keen to keep Warrington pinned back in this set. As Warrington ship the ball to Williams, looks over the top and finds Ashton in space. He's got support back to Williams. Williams keeps his feet, and there's King. He's got support from Drinkwater. And Warrington will open the scoring. Josh Drinkwater on the end of a move started by Matty Ashton. And Warrington get the first points of the semi-final.
What a peach of a try. Deep inside their own half, they put the ball through hands, and look at the result. A tremendous try there from Josh Drinkwater, and I'm certain that Martin Gleeson there, the attack coach, will be delighted with that. Look at the tight defensive line from the Giants. They go over the top from Shade to Ashton, who's got pace to burn. Williams supporting, King supporting, and then finally the other halfback, Drinkwater, on the end of it for an absolutely outstanding try. That's great play from Ashton, you know, that takes some doing. You're at full pace there to draw the man pass inside, but what tremendous support play there. The effort-based actions there were there for all to see, supporting that break. Tremendous try.
Almost a masterclass of support play, I'd suggest.
It was outstanding, and you know, to shift the ball as well deep in your own half, but it's a ploy that will work when the opposition's defensive line is tight.
Well, there's certainly threats in that Warrington three-quarters from running the ball out from deep. Beautifully shown there by Matty Ashton. And now it's down to the opposite wingman, Josh Thewlis, to see if he can add the conversion. And he does that. Never in doubt, so close to the post, right in front, extra 2 added, 6-0.
And this is a joy to behold, isn't it? What a beautiful looping pass from Williams. Pace to burn, decision-making outstanding, evasive skills there for all to see, and tremendous, tremendous support play. What a try.
Stay behind, boys, please.
So the early questions asked by Warrington Wolves of Huddersfield Giants. And the question next will be, what have Huddersfield got in response as they kick off and get the game restarted?
Yeah, this is a very important set, Sharon. For Warrington, it's important, obviously, to look after the ball, to not make headers after you've scored points. But it's vital for Huddersfield, really, to get off the line and to restrict the yardage that the Wolves can make.
Well, they've seen moments ago what can happen if they don't do that. They'll be keen to keep them pinned back inside their own half of the field. Warrington on their own 30. Walker, long ball again to Drinkwater, keeps it moving. Oh, here we go again. This time it's Dufty with half a break. And it's that man Ashton who's going to be on the end of it. Gleefully crosses that whitewash. And Warrington take early control.
What a start. Try from Drinkwater. Next set, what do? I'm talking about the look after the ball. Well, what Warrington do is place a rugby league deep inside their own half and create a chance on the outside that gentleman, Matty Ashton, finishes. It's great shape, and look how deep they are in their own half. And when Matt Dufty's in this type of form, he is a handful. And he gets through the line and releases the man with the pace. It's an absolute superb try again. And both tries, Sharon, have both been fashioned. They've not come from errors of the opposition or kicks. They've been fashioned by quality rugby league play by the Warrington Wolves.
Ominous signs from Warrington Wolves. Less than 10 minutes gone. Averaging at the moment is a point a minute. The conversion attempt to come from Thewlis.
Well, this right side of the Huddersfield defence already exposed twice within the first 10 minutes. So that will be something that Ian Watson has to address pretty quickly.
Well, the Warrington fans in absolute raptures.
Yeah. Yeah, just on cue, just on cue.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah. Well raptured.
The singing just stopped in time there. Perfect timing from the Warrington fans. So Thewlis with the attempt at the conversion. To tag on the extra two, and this will send the Warrington fans into raptures if this is successful. And the upright was his friend. The extra two go across to bring it to 12 points to 0.
Well, it could have been a better start, could it? And you get an in-off to round off the try, but it's beautiful skill, you know, it really is. They have got, they're absolutely full of confidence and willing to pass the ball anywhere on the field. They're trusting that skill so much. And my word, the end result is fantastic.
So here we go again, the kick-off, oh, this time dropped by Williams, but went backwards, says the referee. I think Warrington possibly got away with that.
And look at the passing in his own goal area.
From a Huddersfield point of view, though, it's not a bad thing. It means that Warrington having to start right on their own try line. And the way things have started, every yard will count.
And they've got shape, they're shaped up now, 15 metres from their own line. It's a full field of shape to the left-hand side.
Centre of the field with Drinkwater. Just taking it steady, going through the processes of Warrington. Oh, here we go again up the middle of the field with Dufty.
And he often takes that carry before the kick, does Matt Dufty. It's one of Sam Burgess's little ploys that the fullback takes. Play 5, finds his front, plays the ball quickly, which allows them to get a good kick away.
And that kick is taken by Elliot Wallace for Huddersfield Giants. Clune acting half, here's Swift. Still really to see Huddersfield with ball in hand for any prolonged time. So we're not quite sure yet what kind of attacking form they could be in this afternoon. We've certainly seen it defensively.
Well, the interesting thing, Sharon, is that the points have come from deep inside your own half. You often camped on the opposition line to score, but not this Warrington side. They're moving the ball, they're using the pace, and it's paying off.
Leroy Cudjoe brought down. The only player in the Huddersfield Giants side remaining from that 2009 encounter at Wembley against Warrington, as Dufty stands his ground beautifully there and takes the high ball.
Yeah, I think Adam Swift felt he was being escorted off the ball, but I just believe that the wingman just held his position. See the high kick, Thewlis does a great job there. And he's just going towards the ball. A great take from Dufty. And then to make things even worse for the Giants. There's a high tackle which allows the Wolves out of their own half with ease. Ollie Wilson, I believe it was.
Yeah, Josh Thewlis, the man down on the ground as well. Just
Here
see
it
there,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Made it a pretty easy decision for the referee there. There was some extenuating circumstances there in that Thewlis was low, but it's still a high tackle, and the end result's still a penalty.
Yeah, it probably will be no more than a penalty. I say that tentatively because you're never quite certain, but I'd say that tentatively probably no more than a penalty. No malice by the looks of things either in that tackle. But the physio just having a good look at Thewlis as Ian Watson looks on from the sidelines. The thumbs up comes then from the physio. Thewlis will be okay to continue, and the penalty given to the Wolves. Kick downfield from Drinkwater. That will take Warrington to the 40.
Yeah, they'll be very happy with how the game started. Will Richard Marshall, Martin Gleeson and Sam Burgess. Absolutely great start to this semi-final.
And here we go again then with the Wolves. Centre of the field, the first of the carries, it so often is with James Harrison. Walker. Has a support from Curry. Warrington inside the 40. We've seen them launch moves from further out than this afternoon. What will happen in this set? Vaughan takes a little tap before going to ground. Here's Williams, moving it out again to Dufty. Tries to get the footwork going. This will be the last. Williams with the kick, over the top. That will cause problems. It's batted back. It looks like being a Warrington ball. Still on the last, potentially, if they can drop on it. But it's Swift that picks it up for the Giants.
Yeah, you could see what the Wolves are trying to do there. But the Giants on the ball just to defuse the situation. Very important now for them to clear their own half. And boy, could they do with a penalty.
Absolutely, still inside their half of the field as Swift is brought to ground. Lola Heyer takes it. Huddersfield try and get a little further forward with Kudjoe. Huddersfield are left trying to find space now by giving it air to Connor. Little ball to Nagama. Again, steps around the defence, gets past one man. I don't think he'll get past Vaughan.
Nice play, though, from the Giants.
It's the last of the set. 30 metres out, the kick from Clune. It's a high one. Awkward bounce as well, but that will bounce nicely for George Williams, who just drops to the ground to take the tackle.
Yeah, well, that's smart from Williams, isn't it? Making sure that he can't be caught and held up in the tackle and taken over the in-goal area. But this is better now for Huddersfield.
And Huddersfield really do need to, I suppose, do something that means their confidence levels are okay going forward, because being hit by 2 early tries, it's never good for anyone,
No.
is it? It really rocks you.
Not in a game as important as this, that is for certain.
Yeah, knockout rugby league indeed, as Warrington, oh, a bit of an error there. Oh, picked up nearly by Swift. He would have been away if that had been cleanly taken. He juggled it, it went into touch, and Huddersfield missed their chance.
Yeah, George Williams was palming the ball on there, went behind the centre, and almost Adam Swift there reined the ball in. If he'd have taken that ball, that'd have been a certain 4-pointer, but he hasn't. And they must fight again, once again, in defence, the Giants.
And with that chance going begging, it means that Warrington still have that 12-point lead. And that was a big hit as well, coming in defence from Matty English from Huddersfield Giants. And Huddersfield penalised, caught offside.
Once again, you've piggybacked the players, the other team up the field. Offside there. That's just that element of, it's just another step you've got to take back. In weather like this, you just cannot give the opposition the majority of the ball and field position, which is exactly what Huddersfield are doing at the minute.
And that field position takes Warrington to 30 metres out from that try line again. Ball played to Walker. Curry offloads it to Harrison. And Warrington gradually putting pressure again on the try line. Williams, nice ball to Curry. Caught around the ankles.
What a great line that is from the back rower.
Walker, go for the crash ball, but still a little far out, can't quite manage it. Huddersfield's defence stands firm on Vaughan. Walker goes from acting half, and he's stretched out, and it's their third try of the game. The hooker has scored, Danny Walker reacting quickly, and Warrington stretch out further.
Well, it all came, didn't it? First of all, Swift couldn't get the ball in, which was an error. Then on the back of that, there was a penalty. That gave the field position. And I'm sure Ian Watson will be absolutely devastated at the defence near the ruck there. That's just too easy. We complimented Warrington on the play for the first 2 tries, but that's a poor try. Simply a little show, step off the left foot, and over he goes. There must be much better than that on their own line, the Giants. That's a soft try, but it's one that guy, Mr. Walker, will be very, very happy to score. 16 points up, my word, in 19 minutes.
That little step was all it needed, yes, wasn't it? The whole defence bought it.
That bit of deception, and they went as if the ball was passed, but you can't go. You've got to make sure the ball's been passed before you map out. But they went, and it's just opened up that half a metre of gap, and Walker went through, and this is the simplest task for Thewlis.
Well,
should he be successful, Sharon? 18-0, 19 minutes.
Incredible in a semi-final, that's incredible. William Watson having discussions on the sideline. Fair to say as well, some of the Huddersfield players looking a little shocked behind the post as Thewlis steps up to bring it to 18 points to 0. And Sam Burgess's side mean business.
Yeah, there it is. There's the show, and that's where it went. That half gap when Connor just went as if he'd passed the ball, and that's just where he went. He was at a defender. Clever play from Walker, but for me, just too easy.
So what have Huddersfield got again in response to conceding? The drive is big from Vaughan. Well, that's a good effort defensively from the Giants, who are really having to tackle. And the first interchange coming as well, Sebe Ikehihifo coming on to replace Matty English. And for the big men, particularly on a day like this, they're going to need those breaks.
Well, I mean, the possession is heavily weighted towards Warrington.
And it's an HIA that Matty English has left the field for. So we could see more of him a little later.
Well, they'll need all the troops they can get, Huddersfield, to attempt to get out of this position. It's a fair hole to be in so early in the game.
On the last, kick from Drinkwater. Connor is there, takes it, looks for Swift. And he will try and live up to his name and make some yards upfield.
And in back play, Sharon, you can see the Huddersfield middle unit. They're just getting back behind play. This the amount of possession Warrington had and the hot conditions have really taken it out of the Giants.
So let's see if they can ease their way upfield. Milner at acting half. Got Lola Heyer, who has support. The ball's flicked back in field, taken by Masters. And he'll drive himself towards that wall of primrose and blue. Can't get the ball out.
It's like a recovery set, isn't it, for Huddersfield? They're so tired that they're offering very little threat with ball.
Here's Jake Connor now trying to find a gap out wide, handing off Dufty back inside. Great ball to Nagama.
It's off a Warrington player, I think. It's off a Warrington player, Ashton. And just when we were commenting that they looked fatigued, it's tremendous work from Jake Connor to make the half break. And Ashton had to play at the ball of the end. Connor burst through there, looking for support, got it from his centre part at Nagama, trying to find Wallace on the wing, and Ashton just plays at the ball. But that's more of what we need to see from the Giants. Some inventive football there with Jake Connor at the fore.
Okay, Seb. Go.
So this will be the best chance Huddersfield have had so far in this game. Full set of 6, 10 metres out. Can they capitalise and put some pressure on this Wolves side who have been so dominant? Wilson takes it. Bit of a stutter with the footwork. Drives it in.
Release in this line, Paul.
Milner to Lolohea.
Chance here.
Going out wide, here's Connor, he's got support from Masters. Caught right around the ankles, a quick play, the ball urged. Huddersfield back towards the centre of the field, still 10 metres out, swinging it to Clune. Steps off 1 foot, tries to duck underneath, in the end releases, back to Lolohea. Again, takes on the line, puts the grubber kick through, there are numbers there, but the first man to reach it was always going to be Josh Thewlis in the best position. And Warrington deny the Giants.
Yeah, some inventive play there from Huddersfield. There was a shift to the left, followed immediately by a shift to the right. Then on the next play, Lolohea just dabs the ball through. Swift's there chasing, and Thewlis just put his foot on the dead ball line.
So it's a dropout and potentially another opportunity for Huddersfield Giants to try and create something. And my goodness, they need to.
Keep them low, boys.
And here we go with the first of the set. A big drive from Ikehefo. Bounces off the first line, goes for the second. Doesn't get too many metres further forward. The Wolves defence do the job.
6 again. Straight out, George, to the
6 again, indicated by the referee as Jack Murchie has a go.
There's some steel in this Warrington defence though as well. There really is. Urgency, energy and aggression.
Clune offers the ball to Wilson. 20 metres out. Still the Giants trying to find that way through. Lolohea, nice little ball to Masters, keeping it alive, and it's Swift that takes advantage. The pass coming from Jake Connor, and Huddersfield get the try they so desperately craved.
That was great skill, that. Great skill, and it's the first real period of extended pressure that Huddersfield have exerted on the Warrington Wolves. Good field position, repeat set, end result, try for Adam Swift. And the try was made with some tremendous skill. First of all, there's the 6 again. Ikehefo there causing some problems. Philbin there interfering. On the back of that, the repeat set. There is a lovely offload, and that's sublime from Connor, isn't it, to Swift. Finding Swift on the outside. But it's the burst here and the offload that really created the try. Well finished by Adam Swift. Lovely piece of play, and Lolohea is growing more and more into the game, carrying the ball at the defensive line, and when he does that, those type of things can happen.
17th try of the season for Adam Swift, and Huddersfield needed that. So needed that after the blistering start we've seen from Warrington Wolves. And now it's up to Jake Connor to try and add the extras. Provided the try for Swift with that lovely pass. Can he complete things with the kick? Just a little wide, so no change to the scoreline, but Huddersfield finally off the mark.
Yeah, well, they feel better about that, and it's a well-created try. We see Lolohea going at the line. Finds Nagami there. Masters it was who got his arms through the line. And then the great finish from Connor to Swift. And they're back in the game. They did need that. They really needed it. And for the neutrals, us neutrals, I think the game needed it as well.
Absolutely, and I'm sure on that basis, Huddersfield will be looking to back it up as well, and that is not what Warrington would have intended to do.
Well, the try came from a 6 again. There's a penalty immediately, so Huddersfield once again being A1 attacking position. Poor kick-off that, poor kick-off.
And it gives the Giants possession and obviously position as well. You would think that try just might have given them that little spark of confidence that I mentioned earlier, that just might have dipped with the start that Warrington made.
Well, it was a whirlwind start, wasn't it? And Warrington had all the ball. They seemed to have all the ball. And this is the first time it's just flicked. The possession has just started flickering towards Huddersfield.
Here's Yates, the captain. Brought down, 15 metres out.
Hold, wait.
This would rock Warrington a little if they could manage back-to-back tries. But Ollie Wilson can't take that pass. And just as it looked like Huddersfield were getting a bit of a toehold back in the game, they pop up with an error.
Yeah, it's poor service there from the dummy half, Adam Milner. And it made it almost impossible for Wilson. It's around his melon, isn't it? Really difficult one to catch when the defensive line's coming up. And those type of errors, you just cannot afford them, because it's priceless getting a field position on the opposition line, and it's just been kissed away by Milner.
So the scrum on the Warrington 10, giving the Wolves chance to ease that pressure that they may have felt building on their line. Warrington just appealing for a quicker play of the ball to the referee, but the referee giving nothing, Liam Moore.
Well, it's the first time you can say that Warrington are looking as if they're recovered in this set. One or two walking in the background because of the heat, and they're taking the more direct one-out route to clear their own end.
James Harrison gets to his feet, plays the ball to Walker. And the Wolves find themselves on their own 40.
Move back up now, Adam.
There he goes, last play before the kick, Dufty. And Huddersfield obviously trying to control him, but he gets the quick play away, and the kick follows.
And Wallace is underneath it for the Giants. Looked like he was maybe half an eye there on getting rid of it to Connor, but took it himself in the end. And the Giants have work to do. Don't forget, there's more rugby league coming up across the season here on the BBC, starting with Leeds Rhinos against the Castleford Tigers in Super League. That's on the 1st of June, followed by Wigan Warriors against Catalan Dragons. Well, I say followed by, it's 2:30 that one. That's the Wheelchair Challenge Cup final. You can see that on the BBC iPlayer and on BBC Sport website as well. And the Super League highlights available all season on the BBC Sport website.
And it's become a better game now that the possession's evened out a little. And an early kick there from Clunes to try to isolate Dufty. And well chased by Nagama there to make the tackle.
Almost looks a little scruffy at play of the ball there before it was scooped up and given to Ashton. It looked like he could have taken a bit of a hit there in that tackle. Now it's King that's brought down. It has settled down, hasn't it, this?
Yes,
after that blistering start, it settled and become more of the game you would maybe expect to have seen in the first 10 minutes or so. Oh, and that's a good ball, though. Warrington looking lively with Curry. Murchie right around his waist. This is the last of the set. Walker with the long kick.
Good place to kick from Walker. When you're at dummy half, it's so difficult to get kick pressure when the kick comes out of dummy half, and that bought the field position. So good play by the hooker once again.
Connor absolutely on his own to take that ball. Had no option but run it in that time.
Hold, wait.
And Huddersfield will try and build again. Very steady away, aren't they, Huddersfield, in the sets?
Yeah, they're very much a process-driven team. But it's Warrington Wolves' team. It's tremendous defensively. They're making it really difficult for Huddersfield to clear their own half.
And all the talk has really been about the Warrington attack in the build-up to this game as well. But Huddersfield now moving the ball out wide to Nagama. Hands off the defensive attempts from Drinkwater, who does complete the tackle, and Wallace has to scoot around there into the acting half position. And now it's Rushton in the middle of the field, putting the grubber kick through. Good work there from Clune. As King scooped up the ball, Clune scooped up King.
Yeah, well, an unusual end, shall we say, to that set with Harry Rushton, the interchange player, putting the kick in, a middle unit player.
Now it's Ashton brought to ground just outside his own 10. Huddersfield again will be looking to keep them pinned back.
Yeah, and Dufty there just receiving treatment, but once again the physio saying he's A-OK.
The thumbs up given by the physio.
5.
And this is the last of the set already. This is better defensively from the Giants.
40,
And the
outside
kick
20.
comes again from
10 boys,
Drinkwater.
please.
Wallace will let that bounce
Play on now.
and eventually takes it cleanly and tries to get around the first line of defence, which is Jordy Crowther on from the bench.
Follow me. Hold. Go on,
Yeah, the pace of the game has dipped, hasn't it, a little with the weather conditions. But this is a part about the resilience from both teams.
On the mark, shorten himself.
It absolutely has settled after a lightning start by the Wolves, 18 points in as many minutes. It looked like the writing was on the wall quite early for Huddersfield Giants, but it really has settled down since then, and Huddersfield hitting back with that try. Here's Yates now.
4.
And if Huddersfield score next, John, it's really game on again.
It certainly is.
Lola Heyer looking for space again down the left-hand side with Swift, takes the ball from Connor. Can't make it this time. This is the last, 5 metres out. Away to Lola Heyer. Takes the ball back inside, puts a grubber kick through. Taken by the Wolves. But Huddersfield starting to look like they're creating now.
I agree. They look dangerous on the shifts now, don't they? There's been a couple of times when they've just got either Wallace on the right or Swift away on the left. And they need to persist with that.
And that left-hand side combination of Lola Heyer, Connor and Swift is really starting to click. Huddersfield, though, having to defend. Oh, and that's a wonderful ball that's released George Williams, and Williams is in the clear. He'll be chased by Clune. And Clune can't make the tackle. Williams toying with him in the build-up there. And George Williams on the end of a wonderful try again from Warrington Wolves.
Yeah, again, deep inside their own half. But whereas the first 2 tries from their own half were fashioned through shape, this was just from the dummy half, where Walker was absolutely sensational, making the line break. And then Williams, in his support play, once again tremendous. And finished it well. That'll have seemed a long way for George Williams in these conditions. But off he goes. There's a man on the floor. The other marker's backing off. And that's when Walker goes through. Lovely offload. And then through Williams going. Although it looks as if he's being chased down at this point, it just stops, changes direction, shrugs him off, and over he goes. But it's that. He spotted a man down as Walker. Tremendous play. And then a lovely little offload there. And some great feet from Williams. And my word, that line will have seen a long, long way away. But eventually, is over it. Great try.
I don't know who'd be more relieved there, his coach Sam Burgess or the player himself after a run like that. But George Williams did well there, fending off, well, I won't even say fending off that challenge of Adam Clune, because he did play with him almost.
Yeah. But that Huddersfield had grown back into the game, hadn't they? But that really will have deflated them, because they've worked so hard after going behind by 18 points to 0, worked so hard to get themselves back in the game, and then they'll just be deflated through that piece of brilliance and vision from Walker, and then the finish from Williams.
Well, we said about the intensity maybe dropping a little on the field. I think the crowd intensity had dropped a little before that try as well, but it's got the Warrington fans singing again as Josh Thewlis just takes a chance to sort himself out before he takes the conversion. And for Huddersfield, we see Matty English getting ready to come back on the field, having passed his HIA. So that'll be a swap, you would imagine, with Sebika Hihifo, who replaced him a little earlier. But Thewlis with the conversion attempt off the back of that wonderful try from George Williams. And how games can turn on just the smallest, the shortest of moments.
Back on.
And Thewlis, that one looks decent, but it's not. The flags stay down. 22 points to 4. Warrington won't be complaining.
Well, psychologically, it'll destroy Huddersfield with this, and it's tremendous play from the hooker. So smart, recognising a man down, so it's one marker, I'll take them on, and smart there from Williams with the support play initially, but then obviously the finish. It's a great finish. A long, long way.
You can
George.
tell. Yeah, you can tell. So Huddersfield kick off again going to that same side, that same corner. Every kick-off so far has gone that way. And Huddersfield having to defend again. Ian Watson looking on from the sidelines.
I think his half-time chat to the players will have altered on the back of that Williams try, because it could have been pretty positive, but now it's going to be batten down the hatches, lads, and make sure we score next.
Well, he said in the build-up to kick-off that there's been a few changes in the close season and it's still a work in progress, this team. And Warrington will certainly be trying to exploit that, and have been so far.
Move to it, get square now! Hold. Goal for.
So the
Tremendous
Wolves.
work here, yeah, from the Wolves. And it's been throughout, hasn't it? I think that's the first error that they've made. So, and how long are we in the game? 37 minutes. That just shows the level of performance there from the Wolves. But it's Jordy Crowther, isn't it, who came up with the error there.
It's so hard to handle, isn't it, when you're up against a side in the form that Warrington have been in this 37 minutes, where they're not making errors. You can't capitalise on anything that they've done wrong. It's been a tough half so far for Huddersfield. Despite that little purple patch where it looked like they were coming back into it, it's been a tough half for them.
But the other thing as well, Sharon, is the conditions. When the team are completing, as Warrington are, virtually at 100%, you're starved of the ball, you're having all the work to do defensively, and it drains you.
So Huddersfield go again down the left-hand side, looking for more joy if possible, but Warrington alive that time defensively. So they swing it back with Lola Heyer, who brings in Rushton. 30 metres out. Milner takes his place. He's got the runners, it's Lola Heyer. Keeping it moving to Clune. Out wide again to Connor. The ball dipping as it got to him. That would have been a great take if he could have managed it.
Yeah, it's the execution, wasn't it? It moved that Connor from the left-hand side right round to the right to create the numbers, but the pass just wasn't good enough for him. It's dipping there, and he's at fair pace, is Jake Connor, so it's almost impossible to rein that in.
So again, a chance goes begging for Huddersfield Giants. And I think the team talk of that man will be really interesting at half-time in the dressing room. And you can see there the errors.
Yeah.
Not many from Huddersfield, to be fair, but one from Warrington, which we've just seen with that handling error. That's incredible.
Yeah, not many, but when you're up against one from the opposition, they really do count.
Puts it all into context as Philbin now takes the ball for the Wolves. And a good drive as well from the Warrington forward. Again, making the Huddersfield defence work. Drinkwater looked to sell a dummy. A few people look like they bought that both in defence and in attack. A couple of bodies going flying. Walker. Feint to go one way, takes it the other. Offloads to Crowther. This will be the last for the Warrington Wolves. And they've been dangerous off some of these kicks. Oh, and that rebounds off a Huddersfield hand. Play on, says the referee, and it's Ashton in possession. Back towards the centre of the field. Drinkwater again. Long ball. Finds Nicholson. Oh, what a great turn of pace from Nicholson. Bringing play to 10 metres out. Really turned the afterburners on there, did Nicholson. Walker. Here's Williams, goes for the drop goal. Doesn't make it, and that will just go dead for the last action of the first half. Both sides will be keen to get some respite from the heat. Well, Huddersfield Giants will be keen for respite, full stop, I think.
There's a drop goal attempt there from Williams. Some pressure there which put him off and kept the scoreboard at 22 points to 4. With regard to a half, Warrington Wolves have been absolutely sensational, defensively strong, with ball in hand. Their lack of errors has been absolutely sensational, and the scoreboard reflects the relative performances.
So at half-time then, it's Huddersfield Giants 4, Warrington Wolves 22. An absolutely perfect start for the Wolves in this game, with tries from Drinkwater and Ashton and Danny Walker, all converted by Josh Thewlis, meaning at one point it was almost a point a minute. I think we can get some reaction now from the sidelines. Let's go down and join Damien Johnson.
Yeah, the Warrington captain, George Williams, is with me. George, red-hot start from Warrington. Is that the way you envisaged it?
Yeah, we wanted to start fast. It's a big game, so obviously we don't want to die wondering. So started well there. Huddersfield came back a little bit, and they was always going to have a patch. But yeah, pretty happy with our D there. They throw some good shape, but we're going pretty good.
Near perfect with the ball in hand, which is very gratifying.
Yeah, we've been pretty good. We made probably a couple of errors there that give Huddersfield some field position, but yeah, can't complain. We're going okay.
Thanks, George. That's all from the touchline.
Well, as George Williams heads back into the dressing rooms, let's have a look at the match stats, and I'm guessing they reflect what's been a pretty dominant half there from Warrington, Jamie.
Yeah, I think the key one, John mentioned it there before, is the errors. To play in a semi-final football, only have one error, one penalty conceded. That's the stuff of dreams, and you should be in front. And you can see from Huddersfield, that's where they've let them down. 5 errors, 2 penalties conceded. It's just not good enough, and the hit meters as well is a huge amount different for Warrington Wolves. I think Warrington have run a lot harder in this first half.
And when you look at those stats, you can see the Huddersfield Giants have made 50 more tackles than the opposition. And in this type of heat, in these type of conditions against that quality of team, you just can't give them that sort of opportunity.
Cruz, are you surprised at how Huddersfield started?
Yeah, like I say, a couple of uncharacteristic errors, and they like to grind out games, don't they? So yeah, it was a bit of a shaky start from Huddersfield there.
So Jamie, let's start with the analysis, and what an opening try. You all picked out that left edge, and it was on fire for the opening try.
Yeah, that's why Warrington is so good, to move the ball early in half. You know, Chris Hill spoke about 1% efforts at the start, and we've highlighted Murch here, and what he does is just not good enough here. You're 5 minutes into a semi-final, lazily back into the defensive line, doesn't push up with the defensive line, which creates space for George to do what he wants with the ball and gives him time. And when you give a player like George a lot of time, he can sum up the situation, sees the gap out wide. They'll have looked at this during the week. Great pace from Matty Ashton, and just look how many numbers they are there for Warrington Wolves. A fantastic try, and one of the reasons why Warrington are averaging 28 points a game. And I just thought from Huddersfield it was lazy. It's just not good enough from him.
Yeah, like getting back in the defensive line there, these games really matter, and then like little small margins like that are a massive difference in defensive line, and especially in this heat, you need to work a bit harder there to get back to help your teammates out.
The small margins are the big difference as a player, aren't they? That's why they're called the 1%. You've got to get those right. He didn't get that right, puts pressure on his teammate, concede a try.
The second try, again, you think you not knew what you were talking about. You picked out Lachlan Fitzgibbon and the lines that he runs, and that was crucial in this second try.
Yeah, very similar to the try earlier. And once again, it's just hitting that good line, holding the defence in, and then you have a mismatch. You have English on Dufty. Dufty just absolutely skins him on the outside. I'm not sure why English ended up on the outside as that defender. He should have been inside a little bit more, but it's just a complete mismatch of talent against talent.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do in attack on defences, create mismatches, whether it's with speed or power, and that one's speed there, isn't it? Dufty was able to easily get round the front rower.
Yeah, and I reckon from the centre there, he could have helped Matty a little bit, you know, it's inside shoulder. You've got to make him pass the ball around you, because then something can go wrong. I reckon you've got to take care of your inside first, and I reckon the centre should have just gone in and helped him there, made him pass it over the top to the winger.
I think it's the hooker. You should probably take us through the Danny Walker try. This is poor defence, isn't it? For all of what he did, it was poor defence.
Yeah, he's spot on. They've had a couple of men down round the ruck. There's one there that they've probably been let off by, and then the second one he gets them. So it's an accumulative of little things that making little errors in defensive lines, and accumulatively they make you pay, because he's ended up scoring a try off back of that.
I think with this set started, you saw a lot of movement from Warrington. They were bringing numbers all the way to the outside again. Huddersfield thinking, we need to get numbers out wide, but they didn't. They hit the early man. And then what they ended up doing was creating space out wide. So when eventually 2 plays later you get to that, the guys in the middle of the park think we've got to get to that space out wide, and that's where it becomes loose. That's where a player like Danny Walker, he'll smell that every day of the week.
Yeah, I think, Robbie, you made the point about Fitzgibbon at the start, and it was him who started that play too before, just with that uncompromising line. got hit with the ball, and that's the pattern that Warren have been playing with, and then it causes chaos, and Walker takes advantage of it 2 plays later, not 1 play later.
And I think they will be disappointed as well with the tries that you know, they've conceded, the breaks, because we did speak a lot about the effort, and I think there's been a little bit of lax in effort there, and it's cost them 2 tries that.
Adam Swift got them back into it, and Huddersfield started to get finally a foothold in the game.
Yeah, well, this period of the game, they kind of calmed down for about 10 minutes, and Huddersfield were able to get into their system. On the back of what was first a Jake Connor good run, and then Lolo Hare starting to take the line on. JK upstairs, he said, Huddersfield look at their best when Lolo Hare's taking the line on. He's asking questions. You've got Essen Masters there, able to stand up in the tackle. Jake Connor there, and then obviously the pass out to Swift to score the try. But, you know, that's what Huddersfield do really well, is when they keep the game calm and they play to their system. What they did early in the game, they let too many errors in.
And they did have a period in the game when you thought this might even out. And then a beautiful offload from Danny Walker and George Williams. He looked exhausted by the time he got there, but a lot of work to do to score it.
Yeah, looked more tired than Robbie was at the start. But yeah, George Williams, it's just been great, George, all the way through. And what's interesting about Warrington is the amount of long-range tries that they've scored. And this is just guts and determination. He's not as quick as the guy chasing here, but uses agility at the end, determination to get over. And Warrington deserved this at the end. I feel like Huddersfield have been in this game for probably 5 minutes out of the full 40 minutes. They deserve to be this score up, and this try was coming just through the pressure.
And this comes on the back of, you know, this is 35 minutes into that half. This comes on the back of gifting the opposition too many tackles, giving the opportunity for quick play the balls. And a guy like Danny Walker is just going to capitalise on it. He's going to snip it. Good halfbacks understand what their hook is doing and when they're going to jump. George Williams would have read Danny Walker's body language there, and that's why he went upstream with him. The opportunity only comes if you're there. And it was a great pass, great finish.
The bottom line, as well, as you pointed out in the match stats, Huddersfield have made too many errors.
Yeah, you can get away with making too many errors if your opposition's doing the same, but if your opposition do what Warrington did and play with intensity, don't make errors, don't give penalties away, you're going to be in trouble and you're going to get embarrassed by the time you get to half-time, and you're in a big hole to get yourselves out of it in the next 40 minutes.
How do Huddersfield get back into this?
I think they just need to go back to what, you know, they said at the start of the match by concentrating on the defence, obviously not knocking balls on, and just grind the way back into game. I don't think it's an easy fix where they can just come out and straight away get themselves straight back into it. It needs to be over a prolonged period of time of doing the right things and making the right decisions.
And you can see on the clips that they are making breaks, aren't they? They're getting through the Warrington line, but then just some of the errors, just schoolboy-like at the end. They're just lack of concentration, lack of execution, lack of detail with it.
And it was also a mix of errors and penalties as well, so it's discipline. It's both of those things. And we saw that in the last 40 minutes against Wigan last week with Huddersfield, and I think there's a little bit of a hangover of that to come back in. But they've got to do exactly what Cruz said, get back to what they do best, and that's grinding out a game and grinding out opportunities.
Well, we will be back out for the second half shortly, but there is plenty more entertainment across the BBC.
5 intrepid duos race from Japan to Indonesia.
Mum, speed up.
Got a race to win it.
Yes!
Flipping it. Absolutely bonkers.
Go, go, go!
Race across the world continues Wednesday at 9 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Final Score is the place to keep across the final day of the Premier League this evening. Then join Gary for all of the highlights and the talking points at 10:30 over on BBC One. Our next live Super League match is on June the 1st. It's Leeds against Castleford in a Yorkshire derby. Don't forget you can catch highlights from every match of the Super League each week on the BBC Sport website and app, and keep across all the latest news and views from the world of rugby league on our podcast, which is on BBC Sounds. Phil Bentham, the head of referees, was this week's guest. Well, earlier today we had a humdinger of a semi-final between Wigan and Leeds to face St Helens in the women's Challenge Cup final. The commentator was Matt Newsom.
Bennett over to Casey. Oh, there's plenty of runners. Have they got the overlap here? They won't need it because Ruby Enright has just crashed through. Barely 2 minutes on the clock. And Leeds have the first score of the game.
Well,
Knowles gets it out to Molineux! And it's a captain's knock from Vicky Molineux. And Wigan are all square. Casey has it. Runners outside in the shape of Enright. Gets it to Beavers. Has she got that down? There's pressure there from those in Wigan, Chariot wide, but Caitlin Beavers was travelling just too quickly and just too strongly. And that lead has been wiped out in one fell swoop. Wigan are certainly taking the juice out of Leeds here. Even if they can't post the points, they go with it. Furthest in lovely hands. Banks! Banks! Oh, that's devastating from Grace Banks. What we've been talking about all afternoon is the threat she possesses. And there it was, served on a platter. And Wigan are back in front. Casey, two-row, runners there in the frame, in the shape of Gregory Hazelden, who just parted Leeds wide open. What a try that is, just sheer determination. They could not lay a finger on it, and Wigan are back in front again. Bennett finds Butcher. Oh, lovely little line there, and Butcher's just coasted through. And it's almost as if he said, well, we gave you a gift, you can have one too. And Leeds are back within two. Last tackle. Leeds in range. Wigan on red alert. The sweeping kick finds Enright. Oh, what a take, what a try. Brilliant kick. Ruby Enright was so alert to it. And Leeds have snatched back the lead with another score. They've got themselves right in range again. Casey the Butcher, Donnelly's made the run. Likewise, Murray. Murray! They are racking up the points now, Leeds, and this game might just be getting away from the Wigan Warriors because Leeds are starting to put their foot down. Bennett looking for an option. Wigan have a player down. Bennett will go herself here and stretches out. But Tom Grant, I think, was the first time today, Tom Grant is going to have a crack at checking this one out. Try on field decision. Tom Grant is the video referee. So there we have it. There is the confirmation that Leeds Rhinos will be playing at Wembley. So Wigan, brave, gutsy, determined, but it just hasn't been enough because here come Leeds, who are going to waste no time in celebrating their place in the Belgrade Challenge Cup final for 2024. They're back to Wembley. They have beaten Wigan Leeds, and they will take on St Helens in a repeat of the 2023 final, looking for revenge.
Yeah, Saints booked their place yesterday with an emphatic victory in the end over York Valkyrie. This is the pick of the tries from Phoebe Hook. She scored two, and wow, that was quite a finish. She's only been playing rugby league for a year. She's some talent. So we have a repeat of last year's final of St Helens, the reigning champions, against the Leeds Rhinos. And we have one from each side with us, the Leeds head coach, Lois Forsell, and Saints Faye Gaskin. Lois, that was a tough game, wasn't it? I mean, you were going toe-to-toe and swapping tries.
Yeah, very, very tough. I think the opening thought to it, Wigan did exactly what we knew they would do. They came out fighting, they came out with that underdog title, and they really, really pushed us, and we've learned a lot from that game. I think credit to them, and Dennis Betts, he'll be really proud of their efforts, and we had to work really hard for the win.
Were you confident that come the second half you'd have just a bit more to get past them?
Yeah, I think we knew that we just had to get into the right mindset of that position and keeping that possession. We just kept turning over unnecessarily, and we just had to keep rolling.
So how are you feeling about the final, Faye?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I think it's a repeat of last year. Leeds are a quality side, and we love playing against Leeds. It's always a great game, whether it's in the league or Challenge Cup final, but we want to walk them steps again, as does Lois' team. But yeah, we'd like to lift the trophy again this year.
We look forward to seeing round 2 at Wembley in a few weeks' time. So let's get back to this semi-final, and John Keir is alongside Sharon Shortall.
So we know who's in the final of the Women's Betfred Challenge Cup. We still need to decide who will meet Wigan in the final of the Men's Betfred Challenge Cup. At the moment, it's Warrington with 1 foot in that final. leading by 22 points to 4 against the Huddersfield Giants. A blistering first 10 minutes of the game from Warrington, really have laid this platform. What will this next 40 bring? Warrington restart the game, Huddersfield take it cleanly, and here we go with the start of the first set. John Keir, what will Ian Watson be looking for in this half from his side?
Well, we're looking for improved performance in all ways, especially his completions, because, you know, Warrington were phenomenal in that first half, but also I'm sure he will have emphasised just stay with the process and stay in there, and should they get the first try, all of a sudden the game opens up once again.
And more of the same, I guess, from Sam Burgess and Warrington.
Oh, he'll be delighted, absolutely delighted. And all the little things Warrington have been doing really, really well.
Well, let's find out what was said. Let's cross to Damien Johnson.
Well, John Keir was absolutely spot on. Ian Watson's told his players not to panic. Don't chase the scoreboard, he says. Let's get back into our structure and we can get back into the game. Just one note, Adam Swift isn't out there for the second half. We saw him limped off at half-time. We'll see whether his afternoon is over.
Thanks, Damien. That will be a loss for the Huddersfield Giants. A lot in that first half was coming down his wing. The best chances were certainly down that side.
Yeah, I think Leroy Kudjoy has been moved out there to the left wing. So that's a real disruptor, because Swift's been in sensational form this season.
So Warrington then with the ball inside their own half, looking to find their way upfield with Dufty.
Last play again.
You spotted it, John, early, and every set has been exactly that. The kick then comes downfield, taken by that man, Kudjoe. And the Giants try and find a way through. Rolling back the years for Leroy Kudjoe, this, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I mean, he's become now an established back rower, but obviously circumstances have forced his move out there, but he's a good rugby league player, so he'll let nobody down.
I think he was either on the wing or in the centre when these two met in the final in 2009, ultimately. Certainly part of the squad, wasn't he? As Warrington do a great bit of work in defence, driving Elliot Wallace back. And Huddersfield have to start again with Rushton.
Yeah, with Rushton off the slow play of the ball. And that slow play of the ball allows Warrington's line speed and collision to be good. And they're really restricting the yardage here. It's
nice
good
ball
play
to Connor. Yeah, here's Kudjoe again. Tiptoes right down that whitewash. Nowhere for him to go. Stays in the field of play, though, and this is the last for the Giants. Connor with the high kick. Bodies underneath it from Warrington. King can't take it cleanly, but it goes backwards.
Yeah, Ashton did a real good job there anticipating that, because it was a difficult one to catch over his shoulder. And Ashton there just Johnny on the spot to tidy everything up.
So Warrington safely back with possession. Here comes Crowther. Just outside the 40. Walker offloads to Philbin. Looked like Philbin there was going to almost wiggle his way through, but the tackle hang on. And Warrington now trying to pick up the pace. Drinkwater, I think, quite rightly hanging on to it. Realised his options were closing down by that Huddersfield defence. And this is the last of the set with Williams. Going for the corner, leaping up, taking it safely is Wallace. And he will try and replicate what he saw done in the first half by Ashton. Can't get too far, though, and the tackle is good.
Yeah, that's silly, absolutely silly from Elliot Wallace there. It's played at the player who stood at mark. He's just taking his foot away. I don't know what the heck he's thinking advantage he would gain from that. And it was so obvious that he's got to give a penalty. Just look at him. Well, Ian Watson will be absolutely fuming. Absolutely fuming.
Looking pretty calm at the moment, but what's going through his mind is anybody's guess, and the penalty to the Wolves, and they're electing to go for the two.
So you've gone from a position where you've had the ball to a position where the opposition are having an opportunity to kick at goal and take you 4 scores away, because this takes them to 20 points ahead rather than 18.
Sam Burgess maybe not looking quite as relaxed as what you think he may be in this position, but still, as we've mentioned, plenty of time still to go. But I'm sure he'll be glad if this scoreboard ticks over with another 2 points if Fewlis can be successful. Elliot Wallace, just the last few games, he just seems to be every now and again prone to a slight brain explosion, doesn't he? He tends to just random bits of play in his game.
I just can't understand what he was trying to achieve.
Possibly hoping for a penalty going his way, but it certainly didn't, and that's way off the mark from Fewlis. And the Giants survive, and it's Masters who's trying to find space down that centre channel.
He carries the ball really well, doesn't he, Masters?
He's certainly been in form as the centre alongside Adam Swift. But the Giants now try and find daylight up the middle of the field. Milner away to Lollaheyer. Nice footwork from the half. Can't get around the defence of Matty Nicholson though. And Huddersfield launch again with Clune. Here's Ikehefo. On the last, Huddersfield 30 metres out from that Warrington line. Lollaheyer again with the kick. That'll go straight to Dufty, who takes it, snatches it out of the air, loses his footing a little, but more importantly, possession is safe.
Yeah, once again, Warrington will be looking to perhaps move the ball because it is a tight defensive line, but the more conservative way of clearing your own end.
King wrestled to the ground by Murchie. Warrington just taking it steady at the moment, certainly sending up the individuals with the carries, not looking to squeeze anything out at the moment, as Dufty looked for the offload, again decided better of it. And again, we're on the last. Fast hands from Williams to Drinkwater. Could be a tester for Connor.
Yeah, I think the sun there played a bit of a part in trying to trap that ball, football style, but he got away with it. But there's a triple interchange going from Huddersfield here, so obviously Coach Ian Watson just feels if they need some energy out there on the field.
Yeah, Wilson coming on, also coming on as well is Ashton Golding. And also Hugo Celebio, so this will be interesting to see what fresh legs will do for the Giants. Matty English is one of the men coming off along with Adam Milner. And here's Wilson with his first carry.
That was a good carry as well, found his front. Needs to play off the back of this.
Golding looking for a quicker play of the ball to Lollaheyer, keeping it moving to Clune. He's got the support out wide. It's Connor who's joined the line. Brought down 30 metres away. Clune with the kick, it's charged down, and it's charged down by Harrison. Has Harrison got the legs? Lollaheyer's in chase. And Harrison's hauled down. But it swung from one end of the field to the other. Quick play of the ball. Big hit as well in defence. And Warrington have got the momentum inside the 10. Away to Williams. Finds Drinkwater, almost puts him through. He does put him through. It's Dufty who has scored. Matt Dufty in support. The referee points to the spot. And Warrington get things going again in the second half with another magnificent try.
Well, that's just on the back of a marvellous effort there, charging the kick down and retrieving the ball. And then they just played quick off the back of that, all on the front foot. And it was Dufty who ended up with the last pass. And his evasive skills, his determination took him down there. So here's the charge down. Tremendous work there. Ben Kerry, I think it was, charged down. Made full use of that there. Great chase back from Lollaheyer, but they're all over the shop now at the Giants, and they just play quick, play on the front foot, and it's that little short ball that Dufty comes through the other side. Tremendous, tremendous. This Warrington team are an absolute joy to watch. The scoring tries for fun, and the defending ferociously.
Apologies to Ben Curry for thinking it was James Harrison that had made that break. I was going to say, in an instance like that, you want a winger on the end of it with a bit of pace, so I'm glad I didn't go any further. But
he's making a real good fist of playing in that middle channel, is Curry. He's gone from an edge player to the middle, and his work rate's sensational, and he really has benefited from that move that Sam Burgess has made for him.
And we just saw Ian Watson again on the sideline, who is really looking pensive. It must be like a huge puzzle he's got to try and work out now, how his side gets back into this game. Because the platform Warrington laid in that first half, Huddersfield chasing the game almost from minute 1.
They've been on the back foot, Shannon, there's just no doubt about it. They've been on the back foot for virtually all the game.
So can Fulis again tag on the extras? The last one a little off the mark.
Let's put it in mind with that, Shannon.
Let's see what he can muster up this time. That one looks much better. That one looks good. Beautiful kick from Fulis. Extra 2 are added. Warrington again taking a step nearer Wembley.
Yeah, it's superb work, isn't it, to take full advantage. It's Williams at the line, it's just the soft hands. And isn't Dufty playing so well? He's evasive, he's quick, and he's strong. And that equates to a fullback in great form.
So is this second half falling into the pattern that we saw in the first half of Warrington really turning a screw on the Giants? Huddersfield did get back into it in that first half. They'll be keen to do similar in the second. But Warrington really with their tails up, playing with confidence. Crowther on the 40.
Move! What we get? Hold!
Oh, good hands as well from the Wolves, keeping it moving to Fitzgibbon.
Interesting, Sam Powell's out there now, so it doesn't stop for the Giants, does it? And a lovely little kick for Drinkwater.
And it's scooped up by Connor. It looked like as he stretched out, he wasn't necessarily going to get there, but makes it safe in the end. But look at where Huddersfield are having to start from.
Well, we've seen, Shannon, in these 2 semi-finals, Wigan brought their A-game yesterday, and my word, Warrington have brought their A-game today.
Mulahea. The Warrington crowd roaring on every time Huddersfield play the ball and take a carry in. As Huddersfield move it out wide and Nagama tries to find a way through. This is the last, still inside their own 40. Kick again from Connor. Fulis is there.
Under pressure, wasn't he, Jake Connor there from the Wolves? They're doing all the little things so well.
Now it's Ty with the ball for the Wolves. Brought down just inside his own 40. Steady progress again from Warrington. Fulis again.
Adam back. Come on, Luke. Hold.
Powell at Ats in half, but he just indicates that a bit of an issue going on there.
Josh Theolis, isn't it?
Well, I think that'll take a little bit of patching up.
Yep.
Ooh, right on the knee.
Just as he was falling, yeah. Complete accident, but the end result's rather an unpleasant cut.
Ollie Russell clearly not feeling anything on the other end of that, with it being his knee that the contact came from, but Fulis certainly coming off the worst. So coming up, the Challenge Cup final, that's what these two are playing for today, to reach that. You can see coverage of both the women's and men's on June the 8th on the BBC, starting from 11:15 that Saturday morning. And you can listen as well in the build-up. The 5 Live Rugby League podcast is available now, and you can hear that. Tanya Arnold and Kevin Brown on BBC Sounds. So play ready to start again. Powell at acting half with the offload. And taking the carry is Zane Musgrove.
Up and square now. Ball 4.
Work around for Philbin.
5.
This is the last for the Wolves.
Straight up, hold.
Just short of the Huddersfield 40. Back to Williams with the kick. Again, that'll be difficult in the sun, taken safely by Cudjoe. But a good chase coming in from Warrington.
Yeah, it's a good play, his Leroy Cudjoe. You know, he's moved out of the forwards, out on the wing there. No issue whatsoever with him. Look at the line speed there, but Wallace did really well to brush Philbin off.
And Huddersfield have been looking for speed as well at the play of the ball. If Warrington are moving up so quickly, they need to get a bit of pace injected into their game to just try and help themselves edge downfield. Golding at acting half to Lolohea. Stutters with the footwork, sends it back inside to Salabio. Not entirely certain if he was ready for that. He saw it coming, but didn't quite look right for the collection of it.
Well, another error has given Warrington the field position, and they've been pretty good, Warrington, when they've been presented with an opportunity, they've taken it. And I'm sure that that gentleman Ian Watts is fully aware of that.
So Musgrove with the ball for Warrington, gets to his feet just outside the 10. The Wolves looking dangerous again. Drinkwater to Williams, keeping it alive. Here's Dufty, oh, and the parting of the waves. He takes advantage, goes straight through a huge gap in the Huddersfield defence, and Matt Dufty makes it back-to-back tries.
And once again, Sharon, the Wolves fans celebrate and the players celebrate on the back of a Huddersfield Giants error, and they've taken full advantage of that, of the Wolves. And there's the error. It's Salabio, the young Frenchman, comes up with an error, and within the next set, up they come with some lovely work, lovely hands there. That's a lovely turn-up ball there to Dufty, and he can run, can't he? He can run, Matt Dufty. He's quick, as demonstrated here. Through that gap, as you said, Sharon, like the parting of the seas, and he's taking full advantage of it. He's had a great game.
A wonderful try from the fullback. He links up with the Warrington line in attack absolutely beautifully.
He does. I mean, he not only scores tries, though, he assists in them as well, as he demonstrated in the first half, and he's been as safe as houses underneath the high kick. So he's having a top game, absolute top game, as are the Warrington Wolves team as a whole.
32 points to 4. Do we wheel out the cliche already? Will this be Warrington's year?
Well, if they keep playing like this, they've got every chance.
Well, I think the Warrington fans think it is their year, if you could hear what they were singing in the background. And Pulis again prepares to take the extras.
There's a picture that tells 1,000 stories, doesn't it? The dejection of one team, the delight of the other opposition fans.
And the absolute contrast of what a game means. And that is sent high and sails clean between the uprights. A successful kick for Pulis. It's a 30-point advantage for Warrington.
Yeah, it's lovely play, isn't it? Once again, the two halves involved, and then that little turn-up ball to Dufty was superb. And through he goes. And look at that, great picture there. Shows exactly what a Challenge Cup semi-final means.
Well, a bit of a mess from the kick-off. Huddersfield thought they'd got the possession. There is a knock-on, though, in the build-up. The referee bringing play back.
Knock on off Leroy. There's me, knock on off Leroy.
And as a result of that...
Yeah, well, they've got to try something different, so they went short. And it's Cudjoe from his wing position who tried to claim it, but just knocked it forward.
Yeah, he's hard working it.
I would argue not short
boys, time's off. Good there.
Yes, yes.
Looking tight, please, boys. Scrums have been good so far.
So the referee getting the players organised for the scrum.
Heads in tight. Shot clock
and it will
off.
be the Wolves.
Wait there.
Who at the moment, it seems, a lot of what they're touching is turning to gold.
on. Move Ash! Oh, now, wait!
The heat really will be taking it out of Huddersfield, who have had to defend so much in this game. The number of tackles that they've had to do in comparison to Warrington at the moment, standing as 223 compared to 178. Huddersfield will be feeling it out there as Warrington again start to look dangerous, start to play with a bit more pace and a bit more edge.
They've played tremendously well, and the number of tackles that Huddersfield had to make is reflected in the possession that Warrington have had. And they've had so much possession because they're not making mistakes.
On the last, Powell takes it with one hand, gives it to Williams, looks at what's in front of him. Here's Dufty. Got support, not the best of passes to Thewlis, who does what he can with a chip over the top, and that will go dead, ushered away by the Huddersfield defence, and the chase was on. And Paul Thewlis has been in the walls with the knee on the head of Ollie Wilson and ends up over the back of the advertising holdings, and now it's turned a bit nasty. Well, this will take some sorting out, I think.
Yeah. I think an element of frustration there from the Giants.
Thewlis is well out of it, having recovered from going over the advertising.
Well, he kicks forward, it's just too long, shepherded over.
Right, so the line view then.
Well, I think he feels that Connor's just nudged him over, as demonstrated there, and that's what caused all the kerfuffle.
And it was Lolohea and Nicholson that took exception to something between themselves. Now, whether that was on the back of the Thewlis and Connor incident or it was something separate.
I think it's on the back of it, Sharon,
So let's see how Liam Moore is going to sort this one out. It looks something and nothing between Connor and Thewlis. There was a bit of a shove there.
I'll speak to the captain unless there's anything different.
You'd think it'd be Lolohea and Nicholson that might.
Well, yeah, because they've run in, haven't they? I mean, the original incident was, as you rightly said, Sharon, between Connor and Thewlis. You know, a little unnecessary, we might add. And then that's on the back of it.
So here we go, the captain's being pulled out. George Williams and Luke Yates.
That's it. I don't need you, mate. I don't need you.
Sending Matty Nicholson away for the time being.
The ball's in goal. It's caused by Jake Connor, who pushes him. Okay. Then we've got both players from both teams running in, which aggravates the situation. Now we're on a semi-final, and we've had very little foul play up to now. We've got players from your team, Tyrell Lolohea, and players from your team, Matty Nicholson, who are running in. Now, what we're going to do, the restart, the ball's dead, so it's going to be a 20-metre restart. If you want me to start sitting put players down in the semi-final, I'll do it. But I'm going to trust you as captains, to take control of it, OK? We go, Luke, sweet. It's going to be a 20-metre restart.
Well, it looks like everyone will survive there. No cards will be given. Well refereed, I suggest, by Liam Moore there. Using a bit of common sense in the semi-final, reluctant to send anybody off the field.
That's a great call, Sharon. It is, that's just common sense. You know, it's petulant, and yes, they did run in, but that's just common sense. Keep the players out there, let them sort it out in a rugby league manner.
The penalty given to Huddersfield Giants, which I'll be honest, surprised me a little out of all that from what we saw, but still. Let's see what the Giants can muster. Has this given them a bit more fire in their bellies to try and take on this in-form Warrington side? Cudjoe back inside to Connor. Celebio can't take the ball. It's picked up by Wilson. And Huddersfield gradually edging towards the Warrington half of the field with Lolohea. Oh, again a ball that's juggled. Rushton doing extremely well there.
Move! Back now, wait.
Golding to Celebio.
I mean, apart from Lola here, they've just looked disjointed, haven't they, Huddersfield? You just sense if anything's going to happen, it's got to come through Lola here.
And there he is again. This time elects to pass it to Connor, who puts a little grubber kick through. That's mopped up. A sea of blue shirts there waiting for it. And it's Dufty that will take the tackle. They talked in the build-up to the game, John, about, Ian Watson mentioned, about the spine of Huddersfield. Yeah. Credit to Warrington because their spine has ticked along this afternoon.
Oh, it's been seamless. I mean, they've executed play superbly well. They've understood the roles. Whereas Huddersfield, they've just looked disjointed. I mean, it might be because they've had the welter of possession against them and the weather, but there's been one excellent team out there and one who haven't really been at the races.
And while we're saying about the weather, as an error comes and it's picked up by Nagama, and Nagama's away for Huddersfield Giants. He will cross just to the right-hand side of the post. But already you feel that could be just a consolation, and it might not even yet be a try. Soft signal on the field is given as a try, but Liam Moore throws it up to video referee Ben Thaler.
So the live call on field is a try. So we need to go back to the tackle to see how the ball comes out. So live call on field is that is a knock-on. So just go tight in on this, please. Right, really tight on this. Now, where does the ball... Now, does it hit the ball or the hand? I need another angle on this, please, just to see where and how that ball has come out. This is it. Nice and tight, please. Go back on that, please. So he's allowed to attack the hand. So this is the best angle, I think, so we can keep going with this. I just need it slow. Does it take that hand or does he touch the ball? Now, if we go back on that, I think you can clearly see. Go back on this. You can go back on this. You can clearly see on that angle that he does touch. Go back on that one. And on this, go slow again. That doesn't show me anything. I want the angle from before, please, because that shows me nothing. It's this angle, slow. And if you go back on that, again, nice and slow, you keep it going and go through on that, and a piece up the angle from before. I can't for definite say that that has touched Nagama's, the ball. Nagama has not touched the ball, so we're playing on from here. There's nothing there that is going to make me overturn the live call, which is play on from that bit. It looks like it's touched the hand and not the ball. And therefore, just go back on that and pause it on the ball on the floor. Thank you, I've now made my decision.
Well, that suggests it's going to be a try for the Huddersfield Giants, just their second of the game. Kevin Nagama gets it. You still feel it at this stage, it will just be a mere consolation.
Yeah, credit to Nagama there. I mean, I think Ben Thaler, video referee, explained it really well. He played at the hand that forced the ball free, and he was the first one to react. And there it is, played at the hand, it's on the ground. He reacts, and it's 4 points, made into 6.
So Huddersfield reach double figures, but Warrington Wolves still leading this game, and still, well, they were in control from the first 10 minutes onwards, really. But credit Huddersfield still having a crack.
Yeah, well, they're still in control, aren't they? And I think, although Nagama crossed for a try in the semi-final there, the subsequent shot showed the disappointment on his face about the overall performance of his team.
So Huddersfield get the ball back from the restart. And if they are to come back, it would be a comeback of monumental proportions. But we've seen stranger things happen as time's gone by.
Have we?
No, let's be honest. So Huddersfield keeping it alive. Rushton away to Celebio, brought down on his own 30. I was just trying to be optimistic, John. It fell a bit flat, didn't it? It fell a bit flat. Huddersfield looking to scramble forward, still inside their own half of the field. Golding organising from acting half. Keeping it alive to Lollahea. Here's Connor, again looking for Masters in the centre. Hands off one defender, tries to get around a second, looking for the gaps to open up. Not yet, he goes back to try and go forward. Finds Nagama, who's come hunting in the middle of the field. Still looking flat. That defensive line of Warrington's, just no sweat or panic at all there.
No. They're very, very connected and they trust each other. It's plain for all to see.
Here we go again then with Masters cutting in from his centre. On the last inside the 20, can Huddersfield back things up with Lollahea? Fires the ball out to Connor. The tackle's great there. There was no room on his left-hand side to squeeze things out to Cudjoe anyway, but good defence from Warrington.
It has been all afternoon, hasn't it, Sharon? I mean,
don't go early, boys.
You know, there was one good try from the Giants that they created, but the other one just came from that forced header. And they have looked very, very good defensively, have the Wolves. And as I say, they trust each other. It's blatantly obvious they trust each other and they all know their roles.
So here they go again. They'll be looking for more points, I dare say, if they can, before this final whistle, although job is clearly just about done for Sam Burgess' side this afternoon. 15 minutes remaining on the clock. Here's Vaughan. Turned in the tackle, looked to get that ball away. Williams was there. This is the last with Drinkwater.
Give him 10, boys.
Wallace pedals away to get underneath it. Oh, and he's made a mess of that, and this could be another opportunity for the wire. Taken by Fewlis. Play on, says the referee. Fresh set of 6. Still going, Fewlis. Still going, Fewlis. Can't keep his feet. Takes Warrington to within 10, though. And that, again, is going to erupt. You could see that bubbling. And you just wonder this time how Liam Moore, the referee, will deal with things.
Well, he dealt with the previous one really well, so let's see what he does this time. As you see, Fewlis is doing real well, bursting through tackles. Eventually, he gets to Connor. Connor's trying to slow him down to get his team back in some sort of defensive shape, but that's just unnecessary.
It looked like he took a little bit of attention to the head as well from both Wallace and Connor there as well.
Bring Jake Connor with you, please.
Will common sense be employed this time, or has the referee had enough?
Let me speak to you, mate. I've just spoke to you as captains about players running in and taking the control at the hands. Jake Connor clears second help, pushes the play back down to the floor. Already spoke to you, mate. That causes it. You're in the bin.
So a yellow card for Jake Connor, probably not a surprise after the previous incident. And if Huddersfield have done it tough for a lot of this game, they're going to do it even tougher for the remaining 13 minutes.
Yeah, and it done the job, and it was just unnecessary. And you can understand the referee, Liam Moore, he's just lost patience with him. So he's going to spend the rest, well, virtually the rest of this semi-final watching from the sidelines.
I wonder how much of that incident was related to the previous incident when the referee had to get involved.
But I just think you have to forget about things like that. You have to live in the moment and play the next play and put what's happened, but you can't change what's happened.
So it's an opportunity for more points for Warrington. Sam Burgess not looking happy at all with that particular incident. But I'm sure looking at the scoreboard will just temper that slightly. So Warrington will try and punish Huddersfield even further. They've got a man in the sin bin with Jake Connor going with the yellow card. Will Thewlis be successful again by tagging on the extra 2? A couple of wild attempts at goals from him this afternoon, but mainly just like that. Extra 2 are added, 36-10.
He's been very good, hasn't he? Josh Thewlis, both in his general play, and I think there was one aberration of an attempt at conversion, but the rest of them he's nailed them.
So Huddersfield come again to restart this match. And it's a semi-final that they will be happy
to see the back of.
Absolutely, absolutely. So keen to get back in the final. I was going to say to Wembley, but it was Tottenham 2 years ago when they last got there. So keen to use that defeat against Wigan as motivation. They came so close that day to winning the Challenge Cup.
And you thought, Sharon, that the performance at Catalan with that comprehensive victory would give them half a chance. Look at this from Ashton.
And it's Ashton in the clear. He will have support if he can get around that line of defence. Huddersfield do well to get back. 40 metres out from the line. Still a fair way to go, but the metres that Warrington have been eating up, who knows? Who knows how quickly they could punish Huddersfield again. Centre of the field with Drinkwater. Keeping it alive with Powell. Look to pass, put the kick into space, sends Lolohea back pedalling. Nicholson tried to get there, and you could see there, looking for Jake Connor, who's not on the pitch anymore.
Yeah, well, Lolohea's now filled in at fullback, and you could see the thought process there behind Matt Duffy, just putting the ball on the boot to get behind the defensive line, and almost worked.
So Huddersfield, again, having to come away from their own 20. Clune goes to acting half. And the chants of Wembley ring out from the Warrington fans. They'll be going back there for the first time since 2019. Golding for the Giants. Centre of the field, a bit of a dummy sold there, but not bought.
And we're going to, Sharon, have two teams in great form at Wembley. It'll be a cracking final, Wigan and Warrington. Absolute cracker.
Wilson with the carry.
Moves in. What we get?
Both Wigan and Warrington flying in Super League. Not much to pick between them on the day, I would dare say. And here's Lolohea again. Oh, great ball to Nagama, who come in again looking for work.
Straight up. Goal 5 rolling. Marcus goes 5.
Golding to Lolohea. Puts the kick through. Thewlis is there. Now, was that a try? Did Cudjoe get there?
Are you happy with a touch and goal?
The referee just checking. And again, we're putting this one up to the video referee, Ben Thaler.
We have a try.
And a try given on the field. Has Cudjoe just closed the gap slightly?
And he does in fact ground the ball, please, Ben. Thank you.
Okay, live calls a try. We need to go back to the kick, though, first of all, to make sure that he is onside. So we pause it on the foot. Pause it there, thank you. I'm happy to move on from there. So let's go in the tight angle in the corner, probably the best. He's clearly onside. There's a challenge there.
Aaron.
So this will need to be nice and slow. Keep going on that, keep going, keep going. The right hand is on the ball. Right, just go back. Just go back to this. Keep going on. While the right hand is on the ball, I need to look at his left leg. So we go slow on this. Slow on the left leg, slow. Go back slightly. Go back slightly. And it's slow, because at that point, I know the ball is down when his foot hits the line. So it needs to do slower than this. Slow, slow. Pause there, go back slightly. Can I check the far end camera to see if it's his foot that's down or is nil? Right, go back on that. This might be a good one for us. Nice and slow. Keep going on this. And slow, 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 slow. Go back there. One frame back, please. Keep going again. Can you rock and roll it to the other end? And go on from here. Pause it there. In my opinion, the ball is grounded simultaneously with his foot being on the line, and therefore it's going to be no try and a 20-metre restart. Thank you, now made my decision.
In touch bend, you mean, or in goal?
So close for Leroy Cudjoe. Using every bit of experience there to get hold of that ball, to try to put it down, but again, a blade of grass painted white has denied him.
Yeah, well, just everything possible that can go wrong has gone wrong for the Clarendon goal of Huddersfield.
Just let them get set, boys, here.
And you can just see there, really well explained by the video ref, and
Zero coming. Wait, please, boys.
touched down, but unfortunately, as he touched it down, his foot's on the sideline, and no try.
So the restart for Warrington on their own 20.
Move now! Wait, boys, wait! Goal 0.
And Ashton with the ball and with the tackle as well. Takes that tackle. 3 Huddersfield Giants men in there, wrapping him up.
Wait! Goal 1. 2.
Still trying little tricks and
wait!
whatever they can muster up Warrington to try and get things to crack of that Huddersfield defence. Just get the feeling they might not be done just yet.
3rd. Move!
Nicholson brought down just on the halfway line. Walker to Vaughan. Strong run from the Australian forward, keeping it going. Walker was there waiting for the pass, couldn't get it away. Here's Williams, puts the kick into space. Taken by Lola Heyer, well chased by Ty, and Lola Heyer pinned just short of his line.
Yeah, good set though, that from Warrington. Right from the tap 20 to turning the ball over just short of the, just shy of the goal line. Really is difficult for Huddersfield now. It's been difficult for them all day, hasn't it?
Absolutely. You know, we've talked about the heat, John, and how it affects teams, and clearly Huddersfield will feel it because they've had to defend so much. Yep. But from the start, it was the same for both sides, and Warrington's blistering start just maybe negated that slightly. Long ball out wide, finds Wallace. But Warrington's defence is up to the task. On the last. Clune. It's a short chip in, leaps to try and pat it back, but the bounce is awkward. It's picked up in the end by King. And again, Warrington have that possession.
Yeah, well, that's no surprise because there's just, whenever the camera frame's there, there's more blue than there is claret, claret and gold. For any ball that's on the floor, any kick that's been done.
And what a lovely little ball offloaded there by Williams to Ty. The control as he was being spun around by the tacklers. Nicholson.
3rd. Move!
On the 30.
Wait!
Walker at acting half. To Powell, keeping it alive to Vaughan. Again, a strong run from the prop forward. Hangs on in possession as well. 12 metres out. I thought the referee might just push him back there. Dufty from acting half. Stood firm by the Giants' defence. This is the last for Warrington. From acting half, the dive goes from King. He can't get it down, but he can get it away. And Warrington keep it moving. Still on the last. Williams, oh, lovely, back inside. This is going to be Powell. And Warrington score again. And their fans know that on June the 8th, they'll be doing that, cheering their side on at Wembley.
Yeah, it's a great side, isn't it? The fans behind the post there have really enjoyed their afternoon in the sun, as have this Warrington Wolves team. Superb performance. And Sam Powell's just entered the field for some 15-20 minutes ago. Gets over for his first try of the game. And it's once again, it's an assist from that gentleman, George Williams. So He gets the offloading initially. And then King tries to score, just shovels the ball back. And they're just chasing shadows here, the Giants, at this point in time. He just waves up the situation. And over he goes. There's Powell had a cracking tear. All came from this, but he pushes, they've kept the ball alive in a controlled manner. And then the decision-making has been superb. Weighed it up brilliantly. No look pass over the goal for a try.
What a wonderful pass by Williams as well. And they'll be getting their day in the sun as well on June the 8th. Sam Burgess taking Warrington back to Wembley.
I certainly don't think he'll have expected this scoreline. I think he'll have been very confident they were going to win, but whether this scoreline, my word.
And Thewlis makes no mistake again. 42 points to 10.
Yeah, here's the try once again. They're just all on the same sheet. And as we said, Huddersfield are just all over the shop at the minute, just chasing shadows. And over Powell goes.
Well, it's been a wonderful afternoon for Warrington. Flew out of the blocks and haven't looked back as Huddersfield get things going, and it goes out on the full. Not their afternoon at all. Certainly Warrington's afternoon, and I'm guessing, John Keir, your player of the match might reflect that.
Well, the player of the match, obviously, from a Warrington Wolves side, you could have picked any one of them. They've been superb. Williams has had a great game, but for me, because of the 2 tries, and he's been an absolute pest in attack, it's Matt Duffy who's been absolutely brilliant. He's taken all the catches. He's generated quick play the balls in yardage. He's finished tries. He's created tries. He's had a great game. Betfred player of the match, Matt Duffy.
Pests are brilliant when they're on your side. Not so much when you're playing against them. Here we go again with Duffy, releasing Ty into the centres. He's got support from Thewlis. Takes the ball himself and Ty crosses. If things couldn't get any better for Warrington this afternoon, they just might have. Still scoring with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. It's been an absolute rout, hasn't it? It really has. And thank you, Matt Duffy, for justifying the player of the match. So, again, that's typified exactly what he's done all day. It's been an absolute handful, and for that one, it was the assist that he provided. Again, from the tap, shifted. Lovely play there, evasive skills par excellence, and a great finish there from Roderick Ty. He wanted to get in on the act, didn't he, the Papua New Guinean, and he's in it.
Took some scoring as well at the end.
It did. What a way to finish this absolute stellar performance from Warrington.
Well, I think you often hope for semi-finals in cup competitions like this to be tight and tense affairs. We've obviously not had that this afternoon, but the way Warrington have played, they've been an absolute delight to see.
They have. It's been a masterclass, and the number of, I think they've made two headers throughout the game, which is ridiculous.
And Thewlis can't be successful, to the boos of the Warrington fans, but it won't matter, because it's Warrington Wolves who will meet Wigan in the Challenge Cup final on June the 8th. A comprehensive win against Huddersfield Giants. The perfect start, the perfect finish. 46 points to 10, John.